right, shout out my boy Ryan Pictures, everybody. Yo, give him a hand. Yes, been one of the consistent channels that we consider on this channel in terms of reaction material. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something to point out, right? Today we are looking at 7 sinful creators versus 7 heavenly creators. I don't know how we can spin it. You can spin it in your own way. You know, 7 demons versus 7 angels within the YouTuber space versus within the streamer space, right? Everybody's a creator at this. You know what I'm saying? So got a video, a young segment that's going, you know, focus on the live streamers, and a segment that focus on the post producers. Let's put it that way, right? Yeah, we'll see it.
How the fuck I'm being locked out? When I'm standing in the gap with my clock out. Waking up every morning about out.
One two mic check. Yeah, the whole routine, right? Morning, afternoon, evening, to whoever it may concern. Let's get straight to it. 7 Halo. Wait. 7 sinful versus 7 heavenly streamers. We're also gonna hop into 7 sinful versus 7 heavenly YouTubers. Right? Ryan Pictures, let's dive in.
Specific streamers who perfectly embody the 7 deadly. There's 7 specific streamers who perfectly embody the 7 deadly sins. However, if we flip these upside down, we'll find another set of streamers who represent the exact opposite, the 7 heavenly virtues. My name is Ryan, and we'll be comparing the streamers who embody the 7 deadly sins and their corresponding heavenly virtues, starting with gluttony versus temperance. Most people associate the sin of gluttony with eating copious amounts of food for pleasure, but it also represents an uncontrolled overindulgence in anything, such as alcohol, money, or even online clout. No other streamer best represents gluttony than Aiden Ross, with his alcohol consumption.
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about it. I mean, at this point, it's kind of apparent. You know what I mean? Like, what this guy cannot let go of, right? Y'all fill in the blanks, but you know, if you know, you know. If you don't, do your homework.
And unsavory acts with OnlyFans models on stream, Aiden is constantly in pursuit for pleasure. On the flip side, Nick830 is the living embodiment of temperance, which is described as emotional restraint or self-control. Both are massively successful streamers, yet their behavior can't be any different. On most days, Aiden is either high on drunk with alcohol.
Nah, that's that crack itch. Nah, that's a crack itch.
Or sometimes even hooked on harder. After meeting Andrew Tate in December of 2022 and getting inspired by his discipline, Aiden promised to turn his life around and abandon his unhealthy lifestyle. Because just a couple months prior to meeting him, Aiden genuinely felt lost in the world of streaming, so much so that he contemplated abandoning his career altogether. But Tate became Aiden's reason to keep pushing on, gradually progressing into a mentor figure for him.
Andrew! Yeah, nah, you know what? I think everybody, look, we gotta point this out, right? We gotta point out the fact that, look, Andrew Tate is whoever he is, and he got whoever hates him, whoever loves him. He is who he is. What is going on with my scenes? What the hell? Right? Hate him, love him, or whatever the case, he came to serve the purpose he came to serve, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Still came to do, you know, what no one else who's not Andrew Tate would not do, obviously, because they're not Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? Because being himself came with the, you know, the cringy parts of him, you know, while the constructive parts were there. I mean, you know, there you go. Bob's your uncle. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not gonna lie, as of late, yeah, he's just been on some other weird run, especially with the whole situation that's connected to Sneeko. You know. I'm not gonna lie, bro, he did come to do, he did come to serve some sort of purpose, bro, you know.
I mean, like, I love you. I love him, bro. I love him with all my heart. I missed you. You got bigger and you got stronger and also sexier.
Everyone thought this was finally the time
Yep. Can't forget that version of Aiden. Part of it for sure.
Aiden would change his ways. Unfortunately, this mindset only lasted a short while, and Aiden regressed back to his old habits of drinking. This was a massive disappointment to all of his fans who wanted to see Aiden live a better life.
Yeah, because Daddy Tate, Daddy Tate done became a deadbeat now. Their relationship done got estranged and shit.
Aiden never fails to disappoint. Aiden is the best example of what you don't want to be in life. He's perfect for that. It's good that he exists so he can be set up as an example to show kids what you're not supposed to be in life. Even Andrew Tate himself called out Aiden on his lack of determination during a joint live stream.
I think you hold the record for making the most stupid life choice I have, me personally. Nobody has told me a more stupid decision. I decided to stop going to the gym so I could focus on consuming. You are an idiot, Aiden.
In comparison though, Nick 830 is
Tough love from Daddy Tate though. Okay.
Always lived a healthy lifestyle that has inspired others to do better as well. For starters, he only eats homemade food in moderate proportions. This includes things like high-protein chicken with vitamin-rich spaghetti squash, vegetable-filled Vietnamese rice rolls, and even a birthday cake topped with healthy fruits. Nick also works out on a regular basis and has a pretty impressive physique to show for it, so it's quite clear that he's a beacon of positivity for his audience and the online gaming community in general. There are also dozens of clips of him inspiring his viewers through encouraging words.
So never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Never back down.
He's one of those.
Never give up.
That's right.
Nick is a real one for this. Who knows, that kid might have not had any parents or anyone to turn to for support, and Nick might have changed his life around. Thanks, Nick. But that's not all. Another way Nick embodies temperance and restraint is with his attitude towards money. Despite having millions of viewers, he never flexes
What is he, like some sort of minimalist or some shit?
his wealth and chooses to live with his parents instead of some dripped out mansion down in LA. This again is arguably the complete opposite of Aiden,
Exactly.
who has zero issues flaunting his money to his viewers.
I have $700,000 in cash right there. I got $700,000 in cash right there.
And instead of spreading positivity like Nick,
Right.
Aiden went down a degenerate path after his breakup with his girlfriend Pammy. Has already left Aiden's content off limits for most of his younger fans, and it's not hard to imagine his growth completely halting in the near future. On the other hand, Nick 830's positive attitude not only makes him a role model, but also proves fame can be earned without compromising morals.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of which, there are only a handful of streamers who radiate tolerance and joy in the face of intense bullying like our next streamer.
Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like Nick E30, you know what I'm saying, is the one sort of let me get my scene right. Okay, we good now. He's the one example that, the typical example that you would want people of somebody that you would want people to look up to. You know what I'm saying? Like, duh. You know what I mean? But I feel like for some reason, that kind is not too attractive for these young audience, for this young audience. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're talking about he's a gamer. You know what I mean? A streamer. I mean, both of these brothers are streamers. Yeah. We in the streamer segment. Yeah. So everybody's a streamer. Goddammit. I don't know why I had to point that out, but yeah, he's like the typical, yo, look at him, kids. But yo, who's looking at that and be like, yeah, bro, that's so attractive right there. I feel like that's for the audience, even those that are at a young age sort of level in their life, that have went through things and are not only did they learn the lessons, the hard lessons, but were kind of scared to make similar mistakes of the past. So people that are young but have went through some shit to be like, you know what, I'll fuck my decisions anyway. Then I feel like things like Nick 830 becomes like an attractive role model, so to speak, right? Whereas my nigga Aiden, yo, he lit across the board. Like, what are we talking about? You talking about flashing, money, this and that and the third, gluttonous behavior. You know what I mean? Hey, come on, bro. Like it's sensitizing, right? Especially when we're talking about the youth of these days. I know these is like typical sayings, you know what I'm saying, like cliche, like, but yeah, the younger generations of today, bro, needing that constant just sensitization, bro. They got these wild nervous systems and shit like this, right? So somebody like Aiden is like good fast food for you right there. No? He great fast food right there. I'm just saying.
Patience is the ability to continue doing something despite setbacks or difficulties, or to suffer without complaining. And the streamer Queso exemplifies this trait better than anyone. Queso is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch.
Oh, Queso was my 600-pound life kind of guy.
And while many people may not believe he embodies patience at first glance, there's a reason for that. He's an overweight guy and his chat is constantly making fun of his weight on every opportunity.
What do you mean bro's built like a 1x1 Lego piece? What even is a 1x1?
I don't know why homie reminds me of Action Bronson, bro. I don't know why that correlation makes sense over there. Alright, my fault. That was just a little sidebar.
Lego piece. Yep, you're banned.
Whoa.
Have a good night. Imagine being the biggest living creature on the earth. You don't have to imagine it, sadly. Yeah, you're banned.
This often takes him off, resulting in him expressing anger and quote banning the person who made the joke. But that's just it. It's
So he's a crash out streamer. I'm thinking he belongs to the Sinful joint.
all just a play, an act. Everything from his loud voice to animated expressions are all a part of his streaming persona. This was perfect.
Nah, but you gotta understand, bro. They keep on just like roasting his weight though, right? You know what I'm saying? And I get the whole fact that, yo, when it comes to shit like weight, it's something that, you know, people can do something about. You know, you can change your weight, you can do this, that. And then there's aspects where a man cannot change, like their height, you know what I'm saying? Like they dick size, you feel me? Well, depending on, okay, let me not get into that rabbit hole. But, you know, with the weight, I get the fact, yeah, you can do the whole transformation, but yo, you gotta, you know, understand the principle of still offending somebody. Yes, there's the whole train of thought, yo, shame somebody into shape, into constructivity or whatever. Like I don't know how that works, but yeah, there's people that think that way. I've seen that online. But you know, okay, do that, but do that, balance it out with, you know, the positive talk as well. You know what I'm saying? So now you can imagine somebody who's only getting the roastage, right? That's just meant to, you know, deconstruct or just offend you, bruh. You know, yeah. Like, I don't know what to say fame at this point, because, okay, it's not defamatory if, you know, you chose this kind of lifestyle. It's not defamatory. It's self-inflicted, but it's like, yo, you don't think, you know, you offending this dude on a recurring, I don't know why I had like that brain fart right there, but on a consistent level, yeah, that's, woo, where the fuck was you at when I needed you? On a consistent basis, on a consistent level. Roasting a motherfucker on that level, bro, it's like, of course you're gonna get under their skin, man. Even though it's the life choices that they, you know, made and all of that, this, that, and the third, it's like, yo, men gotta get this one thing right? Let me put it to you this way. Us as men can try and construct one another, you know what I'm saying, like positive affirmation, like, you know what I'm saying, call each other kings and this, that, and the third. But at the same time, we find this thing where we break each other down, like on the same breath. And I feel like the breaking each other down, like roasting, like shaming each other. No, we're boys, man. This is how we sharpen each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we gotta shame his ass like into life sometimes. It's like, yo, you gotta tread carefully with that one. Look, I'm not saying, yo, completely gotta be like, yo, soft, and no, you know, let me treat you softly, man. That's a no, bro. I gotta knock your jaw into life sometimes, so that you fall into line. But then I feel like while I'm doing that, bro, there has to be like that sensitivity that I show to you at the same time, and I'll constantly break you down, because, you know, the constant breaking down, constantly telling homie, yo, you fat, yo, doing these memes of this my 600-pound life kind of character as a meme while he's streaming or whatever, like that shit that can't get under somebody's skin. Understand what I'm saying? So forgive me for being the bigger brother here, for you know, for being the, or at least attempting to be the voice of reason here, you know, and speak some sense while making this point. But you know I'm cooking, so I can understand where, you know, his sinful ways are derived from.
Explained by his viewers when someone asked in Queso's subreddit reading, does Queso actually ban people when he says it? To which someone replied, no, it's just a joke, lol. Another comment further clarified the situation. He only bans people when they say racist, sexist, or really offensive things, or when they straight up become a problem.
Yeah, cause bro, you're gonna get under the man's skin. What are we trying to do?
Most of it is just for laughs. So despite being provoked by his chat so often,
and there we go. I get the fact that, yo, it is for laughs and it's fun and this is how boys joke around and what, you know what I mean? But I'm talking, that happens to a point, right? It gets to a point where it's like, okay, bro, fuck this, it's enough. And then he just starts banning everybody gets a shot, straight shot, direct shot, whatever shot, nigga, head shot, you know what I'm saying? You having it.
And enduring constant fat shaming, he remains patient and lets his audience have their fun. Sure, he acts as though he's actually angry, but it's clear this show of anger is just to keep things entertaining. However, this behavior is in stark contrast with FuzzyTube, a popular YouTuber and streamer whose career suffered from his intense anger issues. Fuzzy is one of the OGs of online content creation, who is known for his once popular public prank and social experiments. However, as the popularity of such content diminished, so did his mental stability. In 2017, he decided to take a year-long break and, upon returning, announced a fan meetup event that, in his own words, would rival Coachella. Unfortunately, this event turned disastrous when none of the promised artists made it to the event. And to make matters even worse, someone called in a bomb, causing the whole event to be cancelled. This led to Fuzzy's public breakdown in front of his fans.
Fuzzy is the biggest piece of shit, egotistical on this earth. I have bipolar and depression. That what you put into my head made me want to kill myself.
While many people meme this meltdown to hell and back,
I'm crying right now because I'm in fear.
others express genuine.
Yo, Ryan, why you put the video of that man laughing there? Yo, I was actually gonna make the point that, well, yeah, I was gonna try and, you know, bring it forth that, yo, y'all think that he's a how can I put it? He's the type to humiliate himself, like, publicly. Like, you know, those kind of people that gets a kick out of humiliating themselves. You know what I'm saying? The thing is with Fuzzy, he's very aggressive, bro, and he's super temperamental, dog. Right? Like, I think he's one of those individuals that, I don't know what they call those individuals, bro. It's like humiliate or victimizing themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like having people see them be victimized. And sometimes that can be self-inflicted, so they can self-victimize, projecting that on maybe somebody else that they're dealing with to blame them, while everybody can see it's you that's inflicting these things on yourself. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Genuine concern for his well-being. This actually made me genuinely concerned for his mental health.
Why?
I hope he has good friends around him that prioritize his well-being over making money. Following this, Fuzzy stepped into the world of IRL streaming and vowed to broadcast every waking hour of his life. And while this was going well in the beginning, things started to once again break down.
Bro, I wonder where this, I wonder where this subathon thing and, you know what I'm saying, this farming for because, you know, things like subathons and you documenting every second of your day, every waking moment of your life, like that's like, yo, that's like pick me vibes on another level, right? Or okay, you know what? Let me take that back.
I'm tripping. I had to go back on it. I had to go back on it. My bad, chat. My apologies.
I guess it's the culture of, especially on Twitch, right? Twitch streaming and shit like that. The whole subathon thing, you know. I just, you know, couldn't connect with the fact that, yo, there's a thing that streamers do where 30 days of the month, 24/7, right? Throughout, you're just streaming, you're in front of that camera, like you're just, you know what I'm saying? yo, it just exposes like a dark sort of like rabbit hole that I think humanity has fallen into, where it's like you probably I'd say you're bypassing, or you come off as intentionally just switching off your sense of self-awareness, because you are human at the end of the day. You gotta go take that shit. You know what I'm saying? You are human at the end of the day. You might just like want to whack your meat off. Like, I don't know, like, but like, you know, some moments of privacy, dog. Some moments where you breathe, nigga. You are human at the end of the day. You will experience burnout. Now, one of those things, you know what I'm saying? You want to go kick it with your girl. You want to go kick it with your family. Your family don't want to be in front of cameras the whole time. So it's like,
I'm tripping.
the whole little thing, right? Wait, what the fuck happened? Oh shit. The whole little thing where it's like, yo, there's this thing that is the subathon that just like disregards all of your other human aspects. Like, it never made sense. And that maybe that's why I'm not like a Twitch streamer. I don't know. For me, it just would be like a bit much, you know? It would be a lot. But you know, shout out to people that make that kind of thing work and they make it exciting. Kais and Nats and them, you know what I'm saying? Who's that? That Emily streamer. Is it Extra Emily? I don't know if it's the same person. But she be going freaking hours, bruh. Like, and I see the amount of hours that mounts up to days and weeks. Like, man. Nah, dog. Like, come on, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Kai, it knocked some sense into Kai right now, right? But, you know, I'm just saying.
As time went on, with Fuzi having more and more mental breakdowns during his streams. In one instance, he even physically lashed out at another streamer. His situation reached a critical point when, after receiving death threats, he called 911 in distress, claiming someone had a gun to his head.
Send the cops. There's a gun to my head right now. There's a gun to my head. Help, ma'am, he left. Ma'am, he left. There's a gun to my head. Help.
Yeah, now this right here is performative as fuck. You could tell. This right here is performative as fuck. And yeah, that's another thing I wanted to just like point out about Fuzi. Like, this guy, he has this aspect to him where this shit gotta be performative, bro. You feel me?
Help, get them, help, bye.
And when cops arrived, Fuzi started yelling at them instead of clearly explaining a situation.
Yeah, he gets a kick out of that kind of shit, man. Fuzi.
I have his address. I said grab my security 20 minutes ago.
His lack of cooperation and erratic behavior led to the cops arresting him instead.
You guys are dumb as man. You guys are literally dumb as. Oh, yeah. Hey, record this. Security, come in here now.
In contrast to Queso's controlled reactions, Fuzi's inability to manage his anger and pride.
That shit was kind of entertaining. And I know that is mental degeneracy, bro. That nigga was having an episode, bro. How do you tell the cops all that, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, bro. Like, and yeah, I feel like this is where we can make the connect of like this guy's attitude and personality and energy towards authority having started to, you know, his attitude towards his parents and things like that, or his caregivers. You know what I mean? People that brought him up. He was probably like the, you know, the migraine inducing kind of temper tantrum throwing kid. What the fuck? He was probably like one of those tantrums, bro, to get your head banging, bro. It's like, fuck, this kid is. Can't believe I created that. Can't believe I created that. Ass kid. You know what I'm saying? Can't be, bro. Oh my god, my fucking projector be making me, you know what I'm saying, make all these mistakes, bro. Like, half of my screen is literally dark. It's black. You know, that projector curse where like the shit starts blacking out. Like, fuck. Half of my screen I can't see.
led to severe consequences, which ultimately impacted both his career and personal life. Though, if we're going to talk about being prideful, there's no streamer more fitting than Jack Doherty. The sin of pride is defined as an excessive love of one's own excellence. While having self-respect is important, thinking too highly of yourself can give you an arrogant and unlikable personality, which in many people's eyes is exactly what happened to Jack Doherty. On the flip side, Jinxie is a living
he's an animal, isn't he?
example of humility, which is the heavenly virtue of staying humble regardless of your position in life. They're both massively successful young streamers, so what makes them so polar opposite in their approach to fame and influence? For Jack, the answer might lie in the fact that he's basically grown up on the internet. Jack began his online career on YouTube 7 years ago.
So like basically Jack is younger than Jinx. Jinx is like the older crowd, right? Probably millennials, maybe, right? Probably the oldest Gen Z kind of group.
When he was just 13 years old. His channel blew up from the get-go, with one of his earlier videos receiving over 3.4 million views to date.
Right.
This early success likely had a negative effect on the young boy's impressionable mind as he began chasing success and money at expense of those around him. Jack went from doing harmless and innocent pranks like trick or treat.
And that's the thing, bro. Like the whole thing where, you know, young creators get money at such a young age, bro, at such a young stage in their journey. That shit destroys them, bro. Because now they can bypass the other aspects of their life that they need to just like develop to be solid human beings regardless of, you know, the financial incentives. You know what I'm saying? So they literally just like desensitize themselves to the important aspects of their themselves, bro.
Treating the day after Halloween.
Trick or treat. I'm being a doctor.
To harassing people in public for views.
Since 13. Whoa.
What? Well, bro, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
He kept pushing boundaries, going as far as doxing a Walmart employee for kicking him out after Jack
Hey, you don't know that guy right there? You sure they don't know each other?
the store.
Put a picture on the screen right here. His name is Donato.
To make matters worse, Jack also started bragging about his success and flexing his wealth on Twitter. This not only made him more unlikable, but also negatively impacted the reception of his content. The thing that makes Jack so obnoxious is that he has literally no redeeming qualities. Everything he does is either annoying or bragging. There is no respect or anything. If you asked AI to create the world's most punchable face, it would spit out this kid Jack. By comparison, the public has a much more favorable view of Jinxie thanks to his down-to-earth personality. Jinxie began his career as an energetic Rainbow Six Siege player, streaming on Twitch back in 2019. But his streaming career finally began to take off when he started posting clips of his streams on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. His high-octane personality immediately caught the viewers' attention and received millions of views. Jinxie also went from 13,000 live viewers in 2023, which was already quite impressive, to over 200,000 in 2024.
Damn.
Not only that, he even became the most subscribed channel on Twitch, surpassing the likes of XQC and Kai Cenat. But despite reaching the top of the streaming world, Jinxie didn't become pretentious like Jack. He remained grounded and humble. And when asked about his enormous accomplishment, this is all he had to say.
Are you officially the #1 streamer on Twitch?
Right now, in the last like 2 months, yeah.
That's crazy.
How does that feel?
I mean, no different than
Pretty
being
humble, bro.
No different than being #2 or #3. It's just like,
No, it's not. It's completely different.
dude, I still wake up in the same bed. Like, I don't know. Nothing changes after that.
As a comment on one of his videos pointed out, much respect for this kid having money and not letting it change his life. Even when Jinxie bought a new car, he didn't make a show of it online. He also chose a practical Honda instead of a flashy sports car like any other streamer in his position. To celebrate, he only made a simple post showing his gratitude to his viewers for the support. This, unsurprisingly, is the polar opposite of Jack Doherty, who loves bragging about his Lamborghini purchases, and it's easy to see why. Because unlike Jack, Jinxie is not doing this to get filthy rich and famous. Instead, his main priority is his family and the time he gets to spend with them.
Dude, to me, family's all you really have in life. Like, you can have like money or fame or whatever, but at the end of the day, all that really matters is like the people you truly care about. So like, dude, I'm 22, bro. Like, I have my whole
Oh shit, he's 22. What's that? Gen Z, right? Obviously. or like the older Gen Zs, right? When does that Gen Z thing start again? 7? Right? 97? How old is 97 right now? 9? Okay.
Whole life to go off and live by myself. I may as well spend as much time with my mom and dad while I can.
This split in priorities is also the main difference between them. While Jack Doherty's pride in his wealth and fame will keep forcing him to cross any line for more views, Jinxie's humility and kindness allows him to keep doing his best to support his family and grow his business. However, if we're mentioning kindness, we can't forget the undisputed king of compassion and warm interaction with his fans. Kindness is the quality of being friendly and caring towards others, and Kai Cenat expresses this trait every chance he gets, especially when he's out interacting with his fans. Not so long ago, Kai was the biggest streamer on Twitch with over 306,000 active subscribers. Yet despite his monumental success, he's always been down to earth when talking to his fans. Like the time he met a passionate fan in Nigeria, Kai not only listened to his troubles, but also promised him a new PC to help kickstart his streaming career.
You don't gotta cry, bro.
I'm an aspiring streamer. I need a PC so I can start streaming, bro.
Oh, you want a PC?
Yeah, I want that new PC so I can start streaming, bro.
Look, I think I was watching, I think it was a YouTube video where Kai, you know, was it one of the basketball players? Was it Kyrie? He a basketball player, right? I'm not too tapped in, my fault. Yeah, watch out, bro. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, but I think he had bought something for that guy. Right, like some gaming shit. I think it was a setup. I think it was a setup, or some gaming console, some shit like that. You know, and you look at that, and then you're like, yo, he didn't even need to buy Kyrie. Is it Kyrie? Whatever. He didn't even need to buy the nigga that, right? But he still did it, and that, you know, yeah, that showed me something about his what's that? Sense of what? Good heart, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we gotta take shit with a grain of salt, maybe a pound of salt sometimes, because we all know the, you know, the whole creator space is a performative space now. You know what I'm saying? It's a performative space now. People have gifted, you know, their peers or some people that pose as their fans, you know, in front of that camera. But then who's to say that when that camera, you know, shuts off, everybody gets their shit back? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're returning this gift. It was only for, you know, the content piece or the stream. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying like that was Kai's situation. I'm just saying, like, yo, the time when that happened, I was like, hey, yeah, he cool peoples, he decent, good peoples, you know.
I know, but damn, don't cry. I'ma see you again. I'll be out here. Text me on Instagram.
I already did 200 times.
Okay. So what's your Instagram? Okay, I'm gonna text you right now. I promise.
I ain't gonna lie, he was trying to get away, dog. Yo.
I promise. I got you, bro. I promise.
He also had a similar interaction with another superfan in Las Vegas.
Yeah, you're getting a PC, buddy. You're definitely getting a PC, bro.
W Kai, out here changing lives. And while majority of the time it's Kai giving away free stuff, sometimes it's his loyal fans that return the favor.
What's up? I have something for you. This is by 2006. Kobe in Taiwan.
Wait, what?
He gave me a ball.
Kobe gave you this. Damn, you want me to have it?
Yeah, I'll give you.
But there's another side to Kai's kindness, and that's his ability to connect with others and build relationships. And the clearest example of this is his relationship with Ray. Kai first met Ray when he visited Japan in July of 2023. Ray recognized Kai streaming outside and came up to meet him with enthusiasm, and Kai responded with an equal amount of joy on his face.
Yo! What's good, bro?
It's my dream.
It's your dream?
Yeah! My boy!
I love you, man.
Kai! Yeah!
Oh my god! I love you, bro!
Kai quickly realized that Ray was on the same wavelength as him. This led him to inviting Ray to America for 2 weeks, and the two had a blast. They filmed a short film together inspired by Rush Hour called Global Pursuit. He pranked Ray on stream.
He just here from America for the first time, so so you're actually the 5th girl that he speaks to.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel like okay, Kai is no longer like, you know, at least you know, in public, you feel me, as he came out with the announcement that he's not doing this thing anymore like that, right? The streaming thing. But like, I'm just saying, yo, had they made maybe a modern day rendition or like a sequel of the Rush Hour movie franchise thingy, oh my god, it would have hit. It would have hit, bruh. What y'all think? Put it in the comments. Like a 2025 version of, you know, Rush Hour, but like the streamer, you know what I'm saying, with the streamers, shit like that. And then I don't know, Kai be the black guy's kid, Ray be you know what I'm saying, Jackie Chan's adopted son. Hey, something. It would have hit, and it would have resonated with the younger crowd, the younger audience. Man, they would have made they chicken. I feel like it would have made some money. Damn. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, bro.
Yeah, so you good, like, yeah. Yeah. Alright, Ray, start talking. Are you looking? What?
What about your name?
Fuck, I know it's you.
And even accepted the Streamer of the Year award with Ray on stage.
That being said, you know who did?
Got it!
Kai's viewers also love their interaction.
Yeah, nah, that man Kai, bro, that man Kai done changed lives, dog. Yeah, I feel like, you know, Kai Cenat did come through to do, you know, to accomplish the work of God, so to speak, bro. You know what I'm saying? And change lives the way that he did. Not a lot of people do this. People, you know, they get their pot of gold and then they're mad selfish about it, whatever. And, you know, to each their own. It is what it is. Fuck it. But, you know, Kai literally was generous with this shit. If we really think about it, despite of everything that's around his name and everything like that, you know, all the controversial shit included, you feel me? But yeah, for the most part, the dude alright, man. Come on.
With memes like these getting tens of thousands of views and likes. And to think that this friendship started from a simple interaction just because Kai decided to show kindness to a passionate fan is pretty cool to think about. But where some people love to uplift others, there are those who do anything to tear them down. This behavior perfectly sums up the disrespectful online persona and envious nature of Neon. The sin of envy is the act of showing bitterness or sadness at another's good fortune or excellence in wanting it for one's own self but never feeling satisfied. This definition perfectly summarizes Neon's whole career, as almost everything he said or done was for the sole purpose of going viral and joining the big leagues of the streaming world without having to put in the required legwork. His stunts range from launching a barrage of insults at a plus-size content creator on a live stream,
Big ass gap in her teeth. I want to literally head off. Oh my god, you fucking ugly. Holy shit, you're fucking hideous. You're fucking hideous.
to screaming like a maniac on a stream with Andrew Tate.
You're a disgrace to the Muslim.
You not know who the man is.
You bitch. Learn house arrest you.
And faking his own death for clout by claiming that he had a brain.
No.
Respect or anything. If you asked AI to create the world's most punchable face, it would spit out this sensitize themselves to treating a day after.
Yo, why is my mic sound muted? Yo, my fault, y'all. I gotta fix this. I'll fix this immediately, or else I'm ending stream right now.
Posting clips of his viewers in 2020. See it, Kai Cenat. He had to say, "Are you no different than?" Instead of a flashy sport, videos pointed out much of the polar opposite of Jack Doherty.
Come on, man, say something. Bro, I am not seeing my mic on this OBS thing, bro. 1 2 1 2, mic check. I'm not seeing my microphone, nigga. Shit ain't even connected. I'm 2 and 2. This is weird. My fault, y'all. I just have to make sure.
Brain tumor. I think Neon has done more than enough to make people hate him forever. Recently, he even got arrested for illegally filming female cops in Dubai. However, his career took a turning point in April of 2024 when Neon was banned for reckless driving during a live stream.
What the fuck? Squeeze! Banana squeeze!
It's evident that Neon has and will continue to do these insufferable acts to stay relevant as the creator he envies. On the other hand, Kai's kind persona.
I'm not too mad at Neon as okay, you know what? Let me just like disclaim the fact that, you know, from what I have seen, I see Neon most of the time on clips. I don't watch the full streams and things like that. But yeah, from what I've seen, bro, like I'm not too mad at Neon's I don't know whether to say personality or character, but yeah, like I ain't seen him be on like degeneracy. You know what I'm saying? I've never stuck around watching a Neon stream to a point where I catch like crazy shit, right?
Persona and Heart of Gold would continue to earn him loyal fans like Ray. However, it can be argued that even the worst of Neon's antics are nothing compared to that of Riot Law, who is the personification of lust. Lust is a sin for someone who often suffers from strong cravings or desires, often of sexual nature. Riot Law exemplifies this by streaming himself on Omegle, where he often attempts to convince women into engaging in sexual activity.
Oh shit, I thought you were gonna say, yo, he streams himself like gooning, like, you know what I'm saying? Like beating this, like, god damn.
Or revealing themselves in explicit ways.
To be honest, can you just like, okay, when you stood up, I was really only looking at one thing, to be honest. Can you just like show me your
For those unaware, Omegle is a site where you can anonymously video chat with other people, and Riot Law uses the platform to find the next victim of his quote-unquote content. Most of his streams follow a similar format. He connects with girls on Omegle, talks with them a little, and tries to steer the conversation to where he can get them to expose themselves on stream. However,
is this guy Arabic?
That's not everything, because a couple months prior, a YouTuber by the name of Something About Chickens made an expose video on Riot Law in which he showed evidence of Riot soliciting the same responses from minors.
This is Riot LOL. Omar is his real name. He's a 20-year-old Kick streamer, TikToker, Twitter/X user, whatever you want to call it, and here's him about to get a girl that's clearly, let's say, not of age to expose herself.
Say it, a minor. Say it.
Live on his stream.
And I didn't spend a single Oh my.
Oh my god, my just like out. What the hell?
Yeah, like, I mean, like, why are they not more out is the real question. I mean, like, what time is it? You know, it's already demon hours. Kid. Wait, listen, how old are you? I'm 19.
Oh, I'm 16.
You said 18?
Yeah.
On one instance, Riot even made some suggestive remarks for
he's one of those.
For a literal baby.
Oh my.
He probably gooned in public too. He's probably one of those. Like I think I saw. Yeah, it's an Astro Dior video. It's right here. Even it's still right here. Look at that. Look at this, y'all. The public indecency crisis, and it's a gooning video. Look at that, public gooning and blah blah blah. Yep, this motherfucker done did that. It's like you could tell, bro. You could tell by, you know. Yeah.
What's your name? Hey, listen, you're really pretty, but can I talk to the one in the middle? Yo, I'm kidding. Alright, that's insane.
Now, I had to blur out who Riot was actually talking about, because it was a baby.
This kind of behavior isn't just immoral.
This nigga said because it was a baby, woo woo goo goo ga ga type. Yo, Oh shit, it was a baby? Damn. Oh my.
World, it's straight up evil. Not to mention how this is also the exact opposite of Ludwig, who is a strong follower of chastity. For Ludwig, chastity can be defined as the virtue of complete fidelity to a partner, as he's been loyal to his girlfriend Cutie Cinderella for over 4 years now. It was in May of 2020 when Ludwig revealed his relationship to
Damn, I didn't know about this union right here.
the world on Twitter, and the couple began appearing more and more in each other's streams.
This is the first one!
Since then, they've collaborated on several massive projects like the Streamer Awards and the chess boxing event. It's clear that both have helped each other grow their audience considerably, though they're
why are you doing that in public though? Nah, come on, man. Like, that's y'all energy, bro. Leave aside of those kind of things. Why you backwash that thing and then you smear it on his thing?
Relationship is also an inspiration for the viewers, showcasing what a healthy and pure relationship looks like. If I don't have a relationship like theirs, I don't want it. Blood and QT are the relationship
Nah, that's mad parasocial though. Yeah, you trust me, you don't need this kind of energy.
everyone dreams of having. Over 4 years later, Ludwig's relationship with QT is as strong as ever, serving as a clear example of chastity and loyalty for their fans. On the contrary, while RiotLol has since been banned from Kick, no one will likely surpass the lust and desire in his content. With that said, not all streamers share the same values. Some are driven by greed and solely focus on making money. Put simply, greed is the desire to gain as much material wealth as possible.
Yeah.
A streamer by the name of Bad Bunny became the symbol of greed when she got angry at her viewers for not making any donations on multiple occasions.
$5 a month!
What the Yo, go get a job, bro. Then go get a job then. Go work, you know, at like, what is it? Yo, I almost said half-time. Go work part-time then, and then, you know what I'm saying? With the other part of your time, then stream, and then you'll probably get that $5 a month. Well, you know, on top of the $5 a month that you get, then it's gonna be $10. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like part-time jobs, huh? Yeah, what's the rate on those, right?
How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5? I don't know. What are you doing with your life where you have hours of time to watch Twitch and not $5 to provide for the
This looks insane.
content that you're watching? Because it's like people just really really don't respect me as a content creator. Chat, I haven't got a donation.
How people don't respect you because they ain't giving you more than $5 a month
Or a sub for an hour. What the for an hour? What the an hour when I'm working for free? What the
This immediately blew up across the internet.
Yeah, I would say, dog, like, yo, look, man, the whole employment thing versus you know, doing this content creation thing and streaming versus streaming thing, bro, I'd say, yeah, just stick to your job until you can, you know, see a solid income, like, consistently, bro, off of this thing. Because now, you know, starting from nothing and then depending on the whole streaming thing, well, you know, shit, you end up looking like a desperate dick. You know what I'm saying? A desperate wee that's trying to just like get into something real quick to a point where it's like, yo, you might be violating at this point, trying to grab that kitty like that, or because, you know, your shit's so hard, it's pre-coming shit. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like resemble that kind of meat, that kind of shmeat. Don't do that, right? You end up come off desperate. You come off like, and yes, you are desperate because now your life depends on donations and, you know, I don't know, what is it, super chats. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the Twitch stuff, but you know, man, just hold on to like whatever form of income in terms of like a job, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Until, I don't know, you come up with something, until you can utilize your brain enough so that you can be able to expand your, you know, your mind so that you, I don't know, derive multiple forms or sources of income from just like your content creation, right? Your presence online, not just the streaming thing, especially when when, you know, we were starting out to build our sources of income. You know, consider the other platforms, bro. Like YouTube, like, you know, take those VODs, post them up as YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying? Cut those up, you know, as segments, and, you know, let those be digestible for people to just view those and just make that income like that as well. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, because now this proves right here, right? This kind of thinking from this creator right here. It proves that, you know, she's met the limitations of her mind, and she, you know, because her limitation was just like Twitch. I mean, that's if she doesn't have a YouTube channel, and, you know, maybe even Rumble, dog, like, do all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You feel me? Maybe Kick as well, bro. Let's do it. Okay, I'm only talking from the context of, you know, here talking about Twitch. I think these are Twitch streamers, all of them, you know. So now, but I'm just saying, you know, your mind's limitation can have you acting this crazy, frankly. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to expanding our minds, bro, and see how we can, like, literally, because I don't fuck with the whole thing of doing the content shit, the streamer shit, while holding down a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm at that position right now, and it gets you drained, right? You can be so drained that you don't give your audience maybe your pure fresh energy, you know what I'm saying? Because half the time you're tired, you work elsewhere just to come back and just, you know what I'm saying, give your people just half-assed energy in your content, in your streams. So yes, I do advocate for, you know, getting your income, but secure kind of income, right? Through this streaming thing, why not? But obviously that's not the reality. You're gonna have to implement, you know, the YouTube shit too, you know, just the content, you know, post-produced videos type shit as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you do that, then you don't, at least you don't come out as like desperate for the money on Twitch alone.
People saw her as nothing more than greedy and entitled. She's moaning about people not having $5 while she is begging for $5. She's basically saying, you don't have a life, now give me money. Penguin Zero's opinion on the situation also matched most of the existing criticism online.
But yeah, this narcissist is probably the greediest person on Twitch. She's like the Mr. Krabs of streaming, but not nearly as cool as Mr. Krabs because she has a shitty personality, a horrible attitude, and the worst perspective on things on that entire platform.
But another streamer jumped in and said this.
This nigga slow roaster, like cooked her softly, bro, and them words, yo, crazy. But I guess it's warranted, right, at this point.
And the reason why this is getting retweeted and liked so much is because she's an attractive woman who didn't act like a nice person.
Is it that pretty privilege thing at work here?
Which is what makes simply frustrated incels angry.
Basically claiming that all of the backlash was from incels, though Charlie quickly shot down his argument as well.
Yeah, this hero decides to make it an issue about her being a woman, despite the fact that that is irrelevant to why people don't like it. It's because people don't like someone that says shit like that, and it is that greedy and that disrespectful and that entitled. It has nothing to do with her being a woman.
It's clear that Bad Bunny's greed for money rubbed off wrong on a lot of people, but not every streamer is like her, because some streamers like Jacksepticeye are the beacons of charity. Charity is about selflessly aiding others and helping make the world a better place for everyone, even at the expense of personal self. And Jack fits this description perfectly.
Oh, Jack, nice to meet you, bro. I've never heard of this creator. Yeah.
The most notable of his contributions come from his yearly Thankmas streams, which started back in 2017. The idea behind these charity streams was quite straightforward.
The whole idea behind Thankmas is to engage so many different creators, so many different people, so many different types of communities.
Shit, my fault, y'all. Quick word from our sponsors. You know what I'm saying? Before we continue right here, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's mandatory, bro. It's mandatory, boys. Feel me? Get to it, man.
Waking up every morning about she now I'm finna lux my energy till I clock out. That's where I've been this substance free. Going down since 3 years, raising the energy. Put out. I've been this substance free.
right. Shout out my boy Ryan Pictures, everybody. Yo, give him a hand. Yes. Been one of the consistent channels that we consider on this channel in terms of reaction material. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something to point out, right? Today we are looking at 7 sinful creators versus 7 heavenly creators. I don't know how we can spin it. You can spin it in your own way. You know, 7 demons versus 7 angels within the YouTuber space versus within the streamer space, right? Everybody's a creator at the, you know what I'm saying? So got a video with a young segment that's going, you know, focus on the live streamers, and a segment that focus on the post producers. Let's put it that way, right? Yeah. Let's see it.
Damn, how the fuck I'm being locked out? When I'm standing in the gap with my clock out. Waking up every morning about.
Right, part two alert. Part 2 alert. Part 1 was the 7 sinful versus 7 heavenly streamers. Now it's 7 sinful versus 7 heavenly YouTubers, man. Go again. Ryan Pictures. Ryan got mad pictures, y'all. Right? Got so much pictures. We just gotta, you know, we gotta dive in. Let's go.
Perfectly represent the 7 deadly. There's 7 specific YouTubers who perfectly represent the 7 deadly sins of greed, lust, gluttony, pride, envy, wrath, and sloth. However, if you flip these upside down, you'll find another set of 7 YouTubers who represent the exact opposite, the 7 heavenly virtues. My name's Ryan. We'll be comparing YouTubers who represent the 7 deadly sins and their corresponding heavenly virtues, starting with gluttony versus temperance. The sin of gluttony is described as excess eating or drinking, which best describes Nikocado Avocado, a popular mukbang YouTuber. On the other hand, the virtue of temperance is often characterized as emotional restraint or self-discipline, which is best exemplified by the YouTuber Matt Stoney. Both Nikocado and Matt are seen to eat thousands of calories in a single sitting, but the difference in their weight is night and day. One is viewed as a 100.
They're both mukbang YouTube creators, but the one is, you know, looks healthy. Let's say looks healthy, and the other one looks not healthy. Yeah, he probably purges. The skinny one probably, you know, he like takes the things out. You know what I'm talking about?
130-pound respectable guy, while the other, a 350-pound gelatinous behemoth. So, what makes him so different? Nikokado's diet reads like a fast food menu on repeat, as showcased in his videos. He often indulges in large portions of fast food, processed snacks, and sugary desserts. These foods are typically dense in calories, but lack essential nutrients, leading to an imbalance in his nutritional intake. On the other hand, Matt's diet emphasizes moderation and healthier choices. While he may consume large quantities of food during challenge videos, outside of these challenges, he focuses on balanced meals comprising of lean proteins, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains.
Oh, damn. So he only does the unhealthy mukbang situation on screen, on camera. Then in his real life, he healthy than a motherfucker. In terms of his intake of, you know, the diet. Oh shit, okay, I see.
In an interview with GQ, Matt reveals that his meals are most often just protein shakes, a handful of almonds, some fruit and vegetables, and a slice of bread. On top of this, Matt's background in nutrition studies further explains why he knows how to stay healthy. But there's more than just food on the table here. It's also about the headspace these two inhabit. Nikokado's relationship with food also appears to be closely tied to emotional comfort and coping mechanisms, or at least that's what he wants you to think. Nikocado has an entire playlist dedicated to his breakdowns while eating, and while this makes it seem like he has a strong dependence on food, that's actually not the case. Nikocado knows that the more shocking the video is, the more viral it becomes, so he piles up more and more food for the thumbnail, knowing that this is what makes people click on.
What is that green stuff, bro?
That's actually not the case. Nikocado knows.
What is that green shit? Is that peas? Beans? What is it?
That the more shocking the video is, the more viral it becomes. So he piles up more and more food for the thumbnail, knowing that this is what makes people click on the video. And that's the thing, it totally works. In contrast, Matt approaches eating challenges as a professional rather than a means of emotional fulfillment. He views his participation in competitive eating as a career and accepts the challenge as a part of his job. That professional mindset could be a secret sauce for a healthier relationship with food, reducing the risk of developing negative associations with eating eating. Then there's the YouTube game plan. I already mentioned before that Nikocato's content strategy simply involves getting the most views as possible at any cost. 1,000-calorie mukbangs, check. Bags of
Damn, at the cost of his life though? Health?
chips, check. And 20,000-calorie burgers, check.
That's what 20,000 calories looks like.
20,000?
Nikokato will eat it all. With every bite caught on camera, he's potentially pushing his calorie count into the red zone, but at the same time, filling his bank
This man has no neck as a result.
account in the process. It's simply just a matter of knowing when to stop, which seems like what Nikokato has had the most trouble with. Matt Stoney's strategy is significantly more controlled. His challenge videos are typically spaced out with a weekly upload schedule. This allows him to have longer periods between challenges to maintain a more healthier and balanced diet. By spacing out his eating challenges, Matt can better manage his overall calorie intake and ensure that his body has time to recover and adapt between sessions. At the time of this video, his last upload was almost 3 months ago. And let's not forget the exercise regimen, or rather lack thereof. Matt's commitment to regular exercise also plays a crucial role in offsetting the excess calories consumed during eating challenges. These help him burn calories, build muscle mass, and maintain overall fitness. Meanwhile, Nikocato's probably clocking more hours on the couch or filming even more mukbangs rather than on the treadmill. In the end, it's not just about what you eat, but how you eat.
And this is the point that I was trying to make too, in terms of you know, when it comes to switch yourself off sometimes. Don't like try and do this thing 24/7 to a point where you don't switch this kind of motion off, where you constantly have to do the content. You constantly, even when the camera's not on, like you still doing what you do when you do your content. You know, I'm talking about in the sense of the mukbangs now. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, okay, my previous example was with the streaming thing. You know, the subathon thing where 24/7 you on camera. You can't even get to the other aspects of your human self that needs being tended to in the way it needs to be attended to. You know what I'm saying? So now you're constantly eating, even when it's not for mukbang purposes. You know, it's like the lack of that balance. Damn. You know, that's why I feel like, yes, this validates the point that I was making. Like, switch this shit off, man. Have a sense of like self-awareness, to the point where you're like, no, like, I have to give my body some time to just like eat some healthy things. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, eat less things. You know what I mean? Work it out. Like, damn. Crazy.
Eat it, and the mindset you bring to the table. Matt's got their recipe for success down to a science, while Nikocado might need to rethink his menu and mindset health issues down the road. It's because all of this that Matt Stoney takes the virtue of temperance, while Nikocado remains the king of gluttony. Penguin Zero and Sneeko have always been known to have a strong rivalry between them. From controversy and disagreements, the two of them exemplify two very different aspects: humility and pride.
Oh, the two that was flashing these guns for their audiences and shit. That shit is not healthy at all.
Humility is described as the quality of being humble, modest, and down to earth. Meanwhile, pride is defined as an excessive love of one's own excellence. No other YouTuber best represents pride than Sneeko. With controversial views and a self-proclaimed realist mindset, Sneeko aims to challenge societal norms and influence his followers to escape the matrix through his content. Penguin Zero, meanwhile, is known for his humble and down-to-earth nature, setting a prime example of modesty and authenticity. He's not afraid to share.
Hey, but he got a potty mouth, this guy, dog. Damn. He got like the verbiage of, machete verbiage sometimes.
Embarrassing stories showing how relatable he is. Even when faced with heated conflicts, like his feud with Sneeko, Penguin Zero keeps his cool and responds with logic and humor. The conflict between Sneeko and Critical is a perfect way to answer why they represent their sin or virtue. When I revisited their beef 2 weeks ago, we explored what exactly led to Sneeko to threaten Charlie's life with a gun.
Voice Critical, you wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips.
But a quick summary, in August 2020, the feud between them was marked when—
No lie, that was weak as shit though. That was cringy as shit. You respect Sneeko, I mess with Sneeko. Some of his content, not the cringy parts of it, right? I respect some of his views, but this was bad.
Penguin Zero criticized the controversial Netflix film Cuties, sparking a heated exchange with Sneeko.
The fact that Cuties is on Netflix is nothing shy of a crime in my opinion. It is actual softcore child
Sneeko would then make his own video praising the movie while indirectly insulting Charlie.
Wait, he praised it? Yeah, see, this is the parts that I'm talking about, you know, when I mean not everything. It's not everything that I respect about Sneeko views.
Instead of calmly addressing issues, Sneeko resorts to aggressive tweets and physical challenges. While Penguin Zero admits his mistakes and values integrity, Sneeko often refuses to acknowledge his own flaws, preferring to keep up a tough guy image.
You got going on the Pokemon cards.
Yeah, y'all heard of the whole thing that he's top G now? He stole Andrew Tate's whole top G thing.
Pale face, the G Fuel fridge, the zero drip, the fact you just look like you look at the curtain pulled all the way down. You need to get some sun.
The whole situation would take a dramatic turn, as Sneeko would challenge Charlie to a fistfight and would even threaten his life with a gun.
3 months you have continued to melt down about this. The day after I posted my response, he went on stream and had a huge unhinged tantrum and meltdown about the whole thing, and then he sent some of his viewers over. So I was joking with them, saying like, oh, you guys must have just stopped the cuties watch party over there at Sneeko's stream, right? Welcome, cucks, that kind of shit. And it got really under his skin in a big way, so he started dancing around with the gun and threatening to come shoot me. So he kept saying, oh, you're in Tampa, right?
This is such a weak ass moment. Look at this man, bro.
I'll come see you, waving his gun around and dancing.
Goofy. That's so goofy.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. You want me to watch your clips? Watch my clips. These are the only clips.
However, the controversy would be quickly ended.
That's when Penguin was like, yo, those ain't clips, those mags, bro. Get it right. While he's flashing his
by
big
Charlie
boys.
when he points out all of Sneeko's past controversies, shutting down all of his
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This was a hard one. No damn.
accusations, and did something that would shock the internet.
Because he just kept shouting slurs. So I said, watch my clips to see what I was saying about you. I had to communicate via Twitch clips. And I'm sorry to be that guy, this is like the grammar police of guns, but he's a f***ing imbecile. You absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips, you absolute dummy. The same way that this—
Oh my god. And then he gets the big boy. Oh shit. Yo, you absolute imbecile. You absolute buffoon. These is mags. What are you doing? You absolute fool.
This is also a mag. They're all mags. Stop saying clips, you look stupid here.
Since then, the drama
So he's like correcting him while showing him, nigga, I got bigger guns, nigga. What you wanna do? Oh boy. That's crazy.
between the two of them has simmered down.
Overall, the whole conversation went in a totally different direction than I expected. Of course, he's still very passionate about some things, and we still fought on quite a few things, and the reality is there's just a lot of things that I don't see eye to eye to him on with some of the things he talks about. But overall, I really walked away with a very different impression of Sneeko.
But one thing still remains certain, and it's that Charlie will always be the most humble YouTuber, while Sneeko will always suffer due to his pride. During YouTube's boom in the early 2010s,
Hey, and I see he's a YouTube streamer now. Moved away from Kick, was it Kick or whatever, Party, whatever the fuck. Yeah, he streams on YouTube now.
some of the biggest content creators on the platform
Just a little sidebar.
rose to fame. Two of those being PewDiePie and EDP445. The main difference between them? Well, one of them is a married man who's dedicated to his family, while the other is a confirmed pedophile who had been kicked out of YouTube.
Absolute buffoon.
This is exactly what makes PewDiePie a great example of the heavenly virtue of chastity, while EDP is the opposite, being the human equivalent of lust. Chastity is described as complete fidelity to one's husband or wife during marriage, or refraining from any sexual activity that's considered immoral. Lust, on the other hand, is someone who often suffers from strong cravings or desire, often of sexual nature. EDP445 was a popular YouTuber, known for his explosive personality and often controversial content. However, his career would soon be destroyed as one by one, allegations popped up against him. These allegations were by various girls, talking about how EDP had groomed them while they were underage. But the true catalyst that led to EDP's downfall came immediately after the cupcake incident. On the 18th of April 2021, EDP was caught trying to pick up a cupcake.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
However, when EDP arrived, he was instead confronted by a group of people who were all a part of a massive sting operation set up to expose him. The people confronted EDP about his interactions with a decoy 13-year-old girl that the team had set up. This included inappropriate messages.
Fell for a decoy 13-year-old. Damn.
And videos, all sent by EDP to a girl that he thought was underage.
You know, nothing that was going to be involved, because I'm not like that. You know, well, obviously the text messages and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was...
The situation quickly became one of the most infamous incidents in YouTube history, and as a result, EDP slowly lost everything. Both his main channel and second channel were terminated, and he struggles to find new jobs or even places to live in. Since then, EDP's career has been shrouded in mystery.
And on top of all of that, he's grappling with the weight. And like, this is crazy, dog. Like, this kind of stuff like just shows you, because it's in how people choose to present themselves. That ends up exposing, you know, their decision making. You know what I'm saying? And being a man, you know, especially in your older years, you still make decisions like that. You know what I'm saying? I know a whole lot of people would attribute this kind of character like to just, you know, childhood traumas and being damaged and victimization. But like, if you roaming freely like that, as you know, among civilization and civilized people, bro, but you still, you know, exhibit those kind of things, you feel me? Especially like just unshamedly so, man, come on, bro. It's like, yo, we need not make an excuse for you at that point. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's like, it's crazy. So it should have started, you know, it should have started from him just like deciding to lose the weight, bro. Maybe like his thinking wouldn't have been so what is this, degenerately clouded. You know what I'm saying? By just like his obviously his weight making him sluggish, making his decisions, like decisions that he makes, he's slow to just like seeing when it's a fucked up decision that he's making. He's slow because like his whole energy is affected by the fact that he's sluggish, because now he's too big. He's big as fuck. Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It started from just like, you know, like from the opportunity for you to make the decision earlier on, the decision to do the right thing right earlier on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It exposes like how people just make their decisions, right? You can see just by how they present themselves. You know what I mean? You can catch it before it happens. Be like, alright, you know, let's not fuck with this guy. But I mean, shout out to the guys that ended up baiting him with that, you know, with that whole play, because now, you know, he was exposed. And yeah, he's banned from the places he's supposed to be banned at and getting, you know, the treatment he deserved.
Some people stated that he had been arrested, while others say he's taken small side jobs to keep himself afloat.
So you know, he's also been in prison. Like, it's you know, decision making, bro. Decision making.
Meanwhile, despite living in different countries, PewDiePie and his now wife Marcia kept their connection alive through daily chats and calls, showing how much they cared for each other. Because PewDiePie was determined to see Marcia in person, the two of them managed to move in together.
How's it going, everyone? My name is PewDiePie. The reason why I haven't been uploading videos is because I'm in Italy with my girl, and I'm having a great time, so you should be happy for me.
As PewDiePie navigated through controversies in his career, Marcia remained a constant source of strength. Her unwavering support during these tough times showed the depth of their relationship. Together, they faced challenges head-on, only growing closer as a result. PewDiePie and Marcia's relationship is built on selflessness, kindness, and unwavering support, reflecting the essence of chastity in its purest form. Until now, nobody's really sure what he's been up to. But it's clear that EDP's YouTube career has been thrown under the bus, all because of his lust, while PewDiePie has since retired in Japan with his wife and newborn son. Being kind to one's partner could very easily extend to being kind to others, which is exactly what Corey X Kenshin exemplifies, and in direct contrast, how the sin of wrath best describes that vegan teacher. Kindness is described as a quality of being selfless, compassionate, and merciful. The sin of wrath, in contrast, is a strong feeling of hatred or resentment with a desire for vengeance against others. Vegan teacher exemplifies the sin of wrath through her explosive displays of excess anger, particularly in her YouTube content. While her initial videos started off tame, she later adopted a more sensationalist approach approach to garner views, often resorting to calling out famous influencers in an aggressive manner. Despite her intentions to promote veganism, her confrontational style alienates potential followers and undermines the seriousness of the cause.
2 brand new Feastable bars, milk chocolate, and
What? Milk chocolate.
What the fuck? She was a vegan guru? She was a vegan guru and she looks like that. And obviously following her, you trying to look like that. Come on, bro. Have some respect for yourself, please, boys.
Milk chocolate comes from a cycle of violence. Are you okay with that? Then stealing the milk that belongs to them? The f is wrong with you?
Meanwhile, Corey Kenshin demonstrates patience and kindness
I ain't gonna lie, W Corey, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know.
through his consistent advocacy for mental health awareness and social justice initiatives. Despite facing personal challenges, such as the need for frequent breaks from content creation, Corey Kenshin always returns to make a positive impact, both on his audience and through charities all over the world. Even his commitment to addressing issues like unfair video monetization on YouTube reflects his patience.
I'm not gonna lie, look, check it out. I know, you know, this video may attract, you know, people who may be potential content creators, maybe small content creators, you know what I'm saying? I'm part of y'all, you know what I'm saying? We in this together now. So, the one thing that I did learn from Corey Kenshin though, is because since you're a content creator, obviously you have this one thing where it's like you might feel a burnout or whatever, you might feel a burnout building up, you know what I'm saying? You might feel the need to take your break and shit like that. I feel like, you know, Corey right here is one of the people that helped me not to be nervous, you know what I'm saying, be scared, because now you feel like, yo, these couple of views that you maybe gain, those 50 views, 100 views, couple thousand, you know what I'm saying, you coming up, so you feel like, yo, if I dip away because of my burnout, you know what I'm saying, the algorithm might just, you know, throw me to the wind and, you know, it's you know, over from me and shit like that. This man would take like extended breaks, you know what I'm saying? Same with Illuminati, you feel me? So but then I feel like it's because of his authenticity that now attracted, you know, people that are tapped in and resonate with that, they resonate with that authenticity that he's displaying, to a point where he could take like a 9-month break. I think there was one point he took like 9 months, came back, he was still like moving healthy out in this algorithm, right, in these algorithms, you feel me? Was like, instead they just flock more to his shit because they probably miss him, I guess, you know what I'm saying? It's probably one of those things. That's cute as fuck, I needs that, give me that, you know what I'm saying? Going a little you know, 9-month vacation, come back, my people still flock to me, bro. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful as fuck, you know what I'm saying? And it just, again, the decisions that you make, he makes, you know, pure decisions that like are of you, of your authentic, organic nature, and you know, by default you will attract people that appreciate you for that kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like forcing it and view botting and shit like that, and you know, making sure your numbers are up, you know, never taking a break. It's like, yo, you gotta be this machine that keeps uploading, keeps being present online, you know what I'm saying? Now people like Corey Kenshin, man, yeah, bro, W.
Patience in tackling systemic problems over the long term. That's where the main difference between the two crop up. Corey Kenshin approaches issues with patience and understanding, focusing on long-term solutions and positive change. In contrast, Vegan Teacher's approach is characterized by impulsiveness and aggression, leading to conflicts and controversy. On December 30, 2020, Daz Games posted a reaction video where he criticized a vegan teacher.
The club, we're so glad you're in it.
when I'm in the kitchen, all I want is chicken. So go and
It says, yo, since she don't want us, you know, since she advocates for the non-consumption of animals, he's like, man, y'all trying to throw those animals out, nigga? Yo, put them in my kitchen. Damn.
yourself.
Just a few days later, on January 2nd, 2021, Vegan Teacher responded with a video defending herself, but it only caused even more hate towards her.
Mr. Daz, you should be vegan. And you know why you won't be vegan? Because you're too weak.
And that's the main issue with that Vegan Teacher, her confrontational style of content. This has led to a lot.
So this whole veganism thing is about being strong versus not being weak. Like that's the whole like mission. Well, according to the Vegan Teacher, Huh? I thought it was like protecting the, you know, protecting living entities, which is animals. No, you're weak. That's why you're not vegan. Alright, man. Alright. I must have read the room entirely, you know, incorrectly type shit. You know what I'm saying? My fault. Damn, I think something happened. Okay.
A lot of criticism and backlash, detracting from the credibility of her message and hindering her effectiveness as a vegan activist. In January of 2021, vegan teacher posted a TikTok about Gordon Ramsay where she sang a song parodying one she sang in front of a McDonald's.
3, 2, 1, sing! Eating animals is wrong, McDonald's. Hurting animals is wrong, McDonald's.
Gordon Ramsay. Hurting animals is wrong, Gordon Ramsay. Share this song. And if you call me a donut, that's fine.
Vegan
as long
donut.
As you're vegan from now on.
The vegan teacher then replied with a
Nah, why was that so hard though? That was so hard though.
video that
damn.
was taken down by TikTok.
What a reaction.
On March 19, 2021, Ramsay uploaded a video titled Gordon Ramsay Goes Vegan for Steak, where he announced that he was finally going vegan for lunch. In the video, Ramsay cooked the recipe. The vegan teacher misinterpreted Ramsay's statement about going vegan and sarcastically congratulated him in a song. However, when she realized he wasn't actually going vegan, she criticized Ramsay for animal cruelty, calling him
Talk about the devil. The devil's name is Gordon Ramsay.
Devil Ramsay.
You write to me and you tell me how Gordon Ramsay is different from Hitler.
Then, on July 6, 2021, the vegan teacher dropped a diss track against Gordon Ramsay on her YouTube channel. The video received overwhelming dislikes, with 11,000 dislikes compared to only 1,000 likes.
And by the way, why is Gordon Ramsay so despicably vegan phobic when he could so easily turn it around and decisively be a vegan ally? Be vegan fantastic.
At the end of the day, Corey Kenshin remains humble and
That's the song? That's the diss track?
approachable, engaging with criticism constructively and encouraging his audience to respond with kindness. Vegan teacher, on the other hand, often reacts defensively to criticism, further fueling conflicts and reinforcing negative perceptions of her behavior. On YouTube, it's clear how many creators value and respect Corey, while most people just make fun of the vegan teacher. Because of that, it's clear to see how kindness will always pay, instead of being a wrathful person. Greed is described as a strong and selfish desire to have more of something, most often money or power, while charity, on the other hand, is described as a willingness or even desire to help others and better the world, no matter the cost to one's own self. Logan Paul's journey in the spotlight has been marked by a very prominent theme: greed. While he initially gained fame through his vlogs, his pursuit of wealth and fame seems to overshadow everything else. From questionable promotions to controversial stunts, Logan's actions often raise eyebrows and spark debates. His relentless pursuit of success at times comes across as driven more by greed than by a genuine desire to make a positive impact on the world. On the exact opposite hand, when it comes to making a charitable difference, MrBeast is a name that resonates with millions or even billions across the globe. His philanthropic endeavors on YouTube have earned him admiration and respect. Whether it's planting trees, feeding the hungry, or supporting individuals in need, MrBeast's generosity knows no bounds. His commitment to using his platform for positive change has inspired a wave of compassion among his followers. Through his elaborate challenges and giveaways, he not only provides financial assistance, but also spreads hope and joy to those facing hardship. This is what makes Logan Paul the personification of greed, while MrBeast is charity. One of the most significant differences between Logan Paul and MrBeast is their approach to fame and influence. Logan Paul's pursuit of fame often seems to be driven by self-promotion and attention-seeking behavior. While he does have a massive following, his involvement
Yo, y'all know how we do it. Y'all know how we do it. Quick word from the sponsors. The sponsorship, we have to do it, man. Get to it.